Hey folks, thanks for joining in today to Griff's Adventures again. Before I get started, I just wanted to just kind of ask you if you could please go down there, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button on this video, and I really would appreciate the support. I'm trying to grow the subscribers for my channel, and so it's very important on the YouTube part of the analytics that I have more subscribers, more likes on the video. So anyhow, this video today, after owning the Canyon for about 2 months, I have a short list, about 6 or so things that I just have not been happy with on this truck. That if I had a choice and GM called me, which they're not going to, and I said, hey, let's change a few things. So, number one, this one is... once you get the truck, you'll see, or if you go looking for it. And I'll show you real quick like. It is the center console. The center console is just a big box of nothing. It is just deep, way too deep really. Not really good. So as you can see, I purchased an aftermarket shelf, and it makes it a lot better. I mean, it makes things so you can put your sunglasses, some change, if you had to put your wallet or something right there, be pretty nice, and you can kind of conceal things below it. So that's my number one thing. Just really do not like the center console. It's way too deep, just not usable. Number two, and if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen this already, is the headlights. That's probably should have been my number one, but number two is the headlights. So not quite sure why GMC decided this year to not put LED headlights in this vehicle. They have them on other GM lines that are not as expensive as this truck, but GM made a really big deal out of pointing out that they upgraded the LED fog lights this year, but they decided not to upgrade the headlights. So for me, it would have just made the look of this truck look so much cleaner if you would have incorporated LED headlights in with the LED fog lights, but instead they force us to do an aftermarket upgrade to the headlights to make them look better. Number three, I know I purchased a mid-size truck. I just wish the bed was a little bit longer. I know they have a long bed version. I have just never seen one. Even when I searched on the internet looking for this truck, just never saw one around me anywhere close by on any of the lots. So I really would like to see just the standard bed to be about 1 foot to 1.5 feet longer, and then have a long bed version. Make it a little bit easier. That's just me though. Number four, radio interface. What I mean by that is, after driving, my wife has a Nissan Rogue, and when you're running anything on the radio interface, so example, if you're running Waze, I use Waze a lot. I'm a Waze state manager, multi-state manager. I do a lot of editing with them, so I'm always running the app because I've got to see how it's performing and navigating. So when you have the app up and running, and so you're riding down the road and you're going to change your radio station, well, you have no idea what station you're changing it to unless you have all of your memories memorized, or whatever the case may be. On the Nissan, on this part right down here, would right up in this area, whatever radio station you're on, it pops up there. And it also pops up here. It would like if I'm in my wife's car and I have Waze running, so right here, if you're using the Nissan and you're running Waze and you change the station on your radio, it pops up right here across there also to let you know what channel you've turned it to. So that's something to me that would have been a really nice feature to have. And it really makes it aggravating when you're riding down the road. There's a lot of steps, and I say a lot of steps. If they want you to stay distraction free when you're driving, you know, you have to hit the home button, then you have to hit the audio button to see the channels, and it just really is a lot of steps to get there. So another issue that I've noticed with this information center that GM made into these vehicles is there is a thing on the top of the dashboard, and let me turn it real quick light and I'll show you. This little thing right here, I believe, is what notices for the outside when it's dark, and it will dim the screen. And I've noticed driving down the road, be perfectly sunny, sometimes overcast, and you'll go under a long section of trees and it'll dim. It turns it like it's dark. So that's one of the things I've noticed. I'm not sure if that's exactly what that little piece does, but I think that's what it is, and I just have not really been happy with it. That's a minor issue, but you know, it is kind of aggravating. So number 5, the seats. I've seen a lot of chatter back and forth on ColoradoFans.com as a message forum that's specifically for the Colorado and canyons, and there have been a lot of chatter back and forth with people that have not been happy with the seats. And the seats are comfortable, don't get me wrong. I'm a big guy, say bigger guy, and they are comfortable at 265 pounds driving around. The seats are comfortable. My dad's a little larger, a little taller. He drives a Colorado 2021. It's comfortable for him also. But what is missing, and I just don't understand, if I have the elevation package and it's not standard, to me, an easy add-on to these seats would have been a lumbar support, something to help that. And these seats don't have a lumbar support, so that's something that I really need, and something that I'll be purchasing to help me out when I'm driving, is just to have that lumbar support. That's something big for me. I mean, I've been in cheap vehicles, or say cheap vehicles, but lesser package vehicles that have a lumbar support. I mean, Ford has them in the XL package on their trucks. It's a manual lumbar support, but at least they have one. So that's something I think GM and Chevrolet really missed out on. These seats would have made it a lot nicer. And let's see, number 6 is, and I don't know, it's something that's more of a pet peeve to me. This truck comes with what they call lane guidance. So basically, if you're driving down the road in this package and you have the lane guidance on and you get too close to the center line or the side line, it goes off. Well, my wife has a Rogue that is, I say, $17,000 less cost than this vehicle, and she has a I don't even know what it's actually, it's not like lane guidance, but she has kind of like a blind spot guidance. So if you're going to push the blink, you know, you're going to turn left in a lane or right, the vehicle looks for vehicles that are in your blind spot, and it'll automatically start going off in the mirror, so you know right away, and it starts audibly warning you that there's something over there. And I think, to me, if a Nissan Rogue that is $15,000 less can have this as a standard package in their vehicle, that GM really needs to step up their game and add some of these things to what I consider a mid high range vehicle for them. This would really be good. And the Ford collision warning, to me, is garbage. I have driven down the road and went to change lanes to go into the turning lane, and because there were vehicles to the left of me as I got into the turning lane, the collision warning went nuts, like I was fixing to hit somebody, and I'm looking around and can't figure it out. So that's the only thing I could narrow it down to, is that the collision warning system thought I was fixing to hit somebody. So haven't been happy with it. I mean, I've actually toned it way down. There's a controller on your steering wheel next to the cruise where you can turn down the how much in front of you that it wants to give you a warning. So I do that too. So I've got it backed off quite a bit. So now, all of that being said, I really don't think any of these 6 things or 7 things or so that I've pointed out would have stopped me from purchasing this truck. Even if I would have known about some of them beforehand, I wouldn't have not purchased this truck. I don't think it should keep anybody from purchasing this truck. It's a very good truck. It drives really well, handles well. I'm at now, like I said, 2 months, I've only put 1,600 miles on it. I'm still averaging 19 to 20 miles to gallon around town, depending on how I drive it. So it's just a few things that I wish I would have paid attention to before purchasing it. Wish I'd have known this. So, but like I said, don't let these things stop you from buying this vehicle. It's just some things that I wish GM would improve on. So, you know, maybe some of these, I know this is the second generation of the Colorado Canyon, and the third generation is supposed to be coming out. From what I've read, 2023 is the rumor that they're going to do some redesign to this. So hopefully in the near future, GM, if you're listening, let's change some things. Let's make this a truck that people want to go and buy, because we can't afford your Silverado or Sierra 1500s. I mean, I don't know how anybody affords to justify to pay $50,000 to $75,000 for a vehicle. That's just silly. But that's just me. I'm cheap. Don't want to pay that kind of money for something other than having a little bit more size. So anyhow, this is my take on a few things that I just do not like about this truck. But once again, everybody's different. And let me know what you think. Give me some comments. Give me some other ideas, some things you may like to see on this this channel. I'd be glad to do them for you. I'm just trying to come up with some things to shoot. And so anyhow, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And as always, once again, thank you for stopping by the channel. Please give me some feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, hit the notification bell so when I'm posting videos, you'll know when I'm posting my next one. So anyhow, once again, thanks for stopping by. And as always, thank you to all the law enforcement, military, and first responders out there for keeping us safe on a daily basis. And as always, remember to keep your trust in the Lord. He'll always point you to the right direction. As always, have a good day, and God bless.